Hello friends, and many blessings to you all. Welcome to another Friday Pick a Card bundle. I have the cards in front of us here. For those of you finding us for the first time, welcome. I do hope you enjoy. How does this work? What is this exactly? Well, every Friday I take a collection of cards from various different card systems and I shuffle and grab cards at random without peeking, without looking, and I basically create these piles and then allow you the opportunity to choose which pile you are drawn to, which pile feels like it has the right message for you, and then we do the reveal and show you and give you quite an in-depth, detailed message inspired by the cards and inspired by spirit. So for today's feature, the cards that we're using, the round cards that you can see hiding in the background, come from these Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn. And then the green cards that you see there are the tarot cards. And today I'm using a new deck I got, Tarot of the Magical Forest, with really cute, awesome little animals. And then inside this pile as well, I have used affirmation cards from the I Am Power deck. So I'm using 3 different card systems today, and as I said, I have not peeked, I have not looked, I don't know what cards are under here, so it'll be very interesting to see which cards come through for you today and the kind of message that it gives. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can now jump straight across. In the description box below, you will see timestamps to the different piles. So if you want to go straight ahead to your pile and get your message, or if you want to continue watching the whole video, obviously you are more than welcome. And if you're watching this on my blog, on my website, there are actual separate videos to take you straight to the section that you want to listen to or to watch. So friends, thank you for joining me again today, and I do hope that you get an awesome message. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know how you resonate with your message today, and if it brought any clarity, understanding, hope, and guidance for your life. So with no further ado, let's move on to pile number 1. So those of you who have chosen pile number 1 as your card, you may now continue to watch. If you've chosen pile 2 or 3, you may jump ahead to your section. Thanks, friends. We'll see you at pile number 1. So welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 1 as the pile that has the message that you need to hear today. I have opened up the pile so that you can see the 3 different card choices. So we've got the Tea Leaf Fortune cards over here, and in the center is our tarot, and today I am using Tarot of the Magical Forest. And on the end over here, you may recognize it, I've used it quite a few times, is an affirmation card from the I Am Power deck. So those are the cards that we're using today, and I'm going to read them from left to right as I always do. So I'm going to just rearrange a little bit just to give us a little bit of space while we have a look at our first cards. Okay, so we're going to look at our Tea Leaf Fortune cards, and I have not looked at these cards as yet. We're going to see if we can get the message from the cards. So let's turn them over. Right, so the 2 cards that we have is the Boot and the Unicorn. So the Boot, the message, let me pick it up and show you. Can you see that? There we go. It says to you, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So this is, if I can call it, the proverbial boot to kick you up the you-know-where. So clearly there's something that you are working on. There's something that you are doing at the moment, and maybe you're dilly-dallying on it. Maybe you're not working hard enough or fast enough on it, and the universe and spirit are saying to increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. And then with that, we got the beautiful unicorn. Just let the camera focus. Gosh, this camera really wants to challenge me today, hey? Right, so the unicorn says you use your intuition to make beneficial changes. I just want to see if it'll, there we go. Right, so something that you are needing guidance, direction, and a little bit of a shove and a kick for. The boot in telling you to increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. You've got the unicorn as well, telling you to use your intuition. And you know, I love that because a lot of people think that they're not intuitive. A lot of people don't realize how strong the intuition actually is. But it says use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So you know, a lot of the messages you get just tell you make changes, but this one's telling you to make beneficial changes. Use your intuition, something that you're working on, something that you need to suddenly start moving forward on, and trust your intuition to guide you with that. So that's a really interesting message. Let's see how the tarot connects and relates to that. Okay. So our tarot cards that we have from our beautiful magical forest. So the first card we have is the Eight of Cups, and the second one we have, oh wow, is the Four of Cups. Okay, so let me try and do it like this so that you can see them clearly. Eight of Cups and the Four of Cups. Cups are generally talking about relationships and emotions and things like that. So it's quite interesting how we got the two. So clearly something that you're working on that you need to use your intuition to make changes on has got to do with the relationship. And what these two cards are showing us here today, the first one is basically saying that you've had enough. It's like, you know what, actually, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. It's not good enough. I'm not happy. I want to actually just walk away and see what else there is, because if we can try and look at the card, that little character over there represents you. Here are the cups that we've sort of left standing pretty. We've put them in order. Everything is great. And now we're saying, I'm going away. I'm going to move away and see if there's something better on the horizon, if there's something better out there for me. And then what we have with the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups, so we've got the little bunny rabbit again. He's sitting under the tree. He's got his cups there. He's like, you know what? I've had enough of these cups now. I've had from them. I've tasted. I've experienced. I've enjoyed, and I'm bored now. But he doesn't see that there's this other one coming out from the clouds. I want to just see if there we go. So you can see that the universe is sort of offering a gift and offering another option. And the bunny's like, oh, life is so miserable. And I think that's where this intuition card comes in, because sometimes we so focus on what we don't like. And over here, what we don't like. We're so busy focusing on what we don't like that we actually forget that, well, we actually don't notice, sorry, that there are gifts and offerings available to us. So if I look at the four cards that we've drawn so far for you, for those of you who have chosen pile number one, you've got the boot. Somebody, something needs a kick up the bum. Something needs to be kicked into action, kicked into shape, pulled together, work together. We need to use your intuition to make changes, because you are feeling like you just want to walk away. You're feeling like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I need a fresh start. I want to do over. I want to walk away. And it's because you're focusing on what isn't great. You're focusing on what isn't so good for you, and you're focusing on what isn't fabulous. But you're not seeing the gifts that are there. And I think that's why the unicorn is telling you to use your intuition. So use your intuition to kickstart whatever needs kickstarting in your life. Instead of walking away, don't just do that. Don't just pack and go. I know you're irritated. I know you're frustrated. I know you're feeling like things aren't working quite the way you want them to, but there are benefits, there are options, there are gifts, there are all of those things available to you there. You just need to look and see. Let your intuition guide you. Let the unicorn guide you to give everything the kick that it needs. Awesome. Right, let's have a look and see our affirmation card. Come on, camera, focus. I am timeless. Can you see that? I am timeless. So how does that relate and connect to the messages that we already have? So I am timeless is basically saying to you that you've got this kind of thought and perception and belief system that there is a time limit. Therefore, I must hurry up and go. Hurry up and start. Hurry up with the boot. I'm bored, I'm irritated, I'm frustrated. But I am timeless means that you do have time to be happy, to enjoy the things that you need to, want to, and can enjoy in life. But you've got to allow things to get started. You've got to allow things to get moving. Instead of moving away, rather take the time to stay where you are and to make the best of the situations. Notice the gifts and the blessings and the opportunities that are there for you, and use your intuition to guide you to get them started. There's no rush. There's no rush, okay? You can afford to stop, to stay, to breathe, to look for the blessings that are there. Running away from your current problem situations and circumstances is certainly not going to give you what you're looking for. So use the affirmation, I am timeless, to take the pressure off you to get things done now. Friends, with lots of love and blessings, those of you who chose pile number 1, I do hope that that was a good message for you. I do hope that you got something out of that that resonates with you and that helps you on your journey of life. I would love to hear from you, so comment and let me know if that message resonated and worked for you. Let me know if there is that you understood and received the clarity that you needed to from that. With love and blessings, until next week, Friday. Bye-bye. Hello, friends, and welcome to those of you who chose pile number 2 as your message for today. I have spread the cards out so that you can see the 3 different card types that we're using today. And just in case you didn't watch the introduction, you're not sure which cards we're using today, on the left-hand side over here, I have Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn. In the middle over here, I have a brand new tarot deck that I got this week, which is the Magical Forest. And then you may recognize this one on the end because it's one I have used a couple of times before, and it is the I Am Power Affirmation Oracle deck. So it gives us beautiful affirmations. So I have not revealed or looked at these cards as yet, so it's going to be as much as a surprise to me as it is to you when we see what the cards reveal. I'm going to start with the tea leaf cards, then read the tarot card, and then finally the affirmation card. And I'm always so surprised at how it all ties in together. Right, so with no further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the 2 cards that you have for the tea leaf cards, I want to just see if the camera will focus on it. There we go. You've got the staff and you've got the bell. And the staff is basically saying to you that you will be taken care of in difficult times. So the staff is like a walking stick, just for modern reference. It is a walking stick. And when do we use a walking stick and what do we use a walking stick for? Walking sticks are basically used when we are suffering, when we're in pain, when we need a little bit of support. We're still able to do things on our own, but we just need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of support, something to lean on while we're walking. Okay, so it says you will be taken care of in difficult times. And then the other one we have is the bell. And the bell says announcement. So you're going to hear something. So you're obviously going through something at the moment. There's obviously some challenges and some difficulties. Not major, nothing too crazy, because you just need the walking stick. You just need a little something to lean on. And if you're not aware of what that is already, then maybe that's what this bell and the announcement may be. Maybe it's telling you that you're going to hear of something which may cause a little bit of discomfort, but we'll get more clarity now when we look at the tarot. But maybe you will hear something that may bring a little bit of discomfort, and then just know that you will be taken care of in difficult times. So maybe a warning. Let's have a look. Right, so tarot will give us a little bit more information, and today I have chosen 2 tarot cards from the Magical Forest, and let's see what they give us. Okay, oh wow, this is so interesting. Right, so let me see if I can bring it closer so that you could see them as well. So they're cute little kitty cats, and the cards that we have over here is the Page of Swords. Just hoping that it'll zoom or focus for you. And this one is the 8 of Swords. So these are very interesting cards indeed, and interesting how we're going to tie them to our tea leaf cards. So the Page of Swords. First of all, let me just explain to you that you've got the 2 swords. And it's very interesting because people who chose pile number 1, and you may not be aware because you didn't watch, but they got both cups. And it's interesting, pile 2 have now got both swords. Swords deal with our thoughts, the stuff that happens in our head. So it's our intellect, our thoughts, our fears, our insecurities, our anxieties, all of those kind of things. That is what swords deal with. Remembering here that we've got the staff telling us that you're going to be taken care of. There is an announcement coming. So you're going to find out, you're going to hear, you're going to get to know about something that's maybe not so great happening in your life. So the Page of Swords is telling you that this is all about lessons. This is all about life lessons. It's time that we learned the important stuff. It's time that we learned what is it, how does life work? How do situations work? How do people work? It's a learning curve, okay? You've got to make sure that your ego, your mind, your preconceived notions, your concepts and all of that type of thing are in check. So when the situation arises or when you find out about it, don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to react. Don't be so quick to go off the edge and go, oh my gosh, panic, panic, panic. Okay, just look at it, breathe. Let's reevaluate and then decide on how we're going. And the reason why I've interpreted the Page of Swords that way is because of this Eight of Swords that we have here. I need you to try and have a look at this card. So we have a really cute kitty cat, okay? And as you can see, the kitty cat is bound and the kitty cat is surrounded by swords. I mean, gosh, not such a pretty card. But one thing that I need you to look at is that the kitty cat's arms are not, there's no handcuffs, there's no chains binding, holding, or anything like that. So yes, the kitty cat is... I want to say bandaged, but it's the mindset, it's the perception that we are chained, gagged, being held captive. The swords that are surrounding the cat, or the swords that are surrounding, we think it's trapping us, we think it's holding us back, we think it's jailing us, but actually it's protecting us. So it's all about perceptions. Okay, so the Eight of Swords is all about your perceptions and how our mind often goes to the worst. So when something happens, we often go to the worst and we think the worst, we feel the worst, we expect the worst, when actually most of the time it's not so bad. So the message of the Eight of Swords is that, yes, you may be feeling trapped, you may be feeling jailed, you may be feeling isolated, you may be feeling a bit chaotic, okay? But just know that it is all in your mind. Swords and swords, swords and swords, okay? So it's all in your mind. The reality is very different from your perception. And that is what the Page of Swords is saying to you as well. So the Page of Swords is also saying to you that, don't be so quick to react. Don't be so quick to jump to conclusions. Rather, understand that you are still learning about the situation. You are still learning about yourself, about life, about people, about all those kind of things. This is very much a learning curve for you. So when the bell strikes, when you hear the message, the announcement that's coming, know that you will be taken care of. You are not on your own. So don't feel trapped and isolated and all alone. Gosh, that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at our affirmation card and see if it gives us any kind of additional clarity. Oh, I like that. I am compassionate. When the camera decides to focus. Camera, focus. Right. So I think the I am compassionate is just letting us know and reminding us how you are such an emotional being. So those of you who chose pile number 2, you are an incredibly emotional being and you do get easily affected by circumstances and situations. So when this news comes about, when you hear this thing, you are going to feel alone, trapped, isolated, almost on guard, like you need to fight in order to survive. And it's because you care so much. It's because you've got such a good heart. So know that you are a soft, gentle, loving being, and be gentle, be compassionate with yourself through this whole process. Friends, I do hope those of you who chose pile number 2, I do hope that there is some message in here that means something to you, that helps and guides you on your life journey. I am sending lots of love and blessings to you. Thank you for watching. Please comment and let me know how you resonate with your message. Please let me know if it means something to you and if it has helped you on your journey. Otherwise, we'll see you next week, Friday, for another pick a card. With love and blessings. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile 3 as your choice for today's pick a card. I have spread the cards out so that you can see the 3 different card types that we're using, and just in case you didn't watch the introduction, you don't know which cards we're using today. On the left hand side here, I have chosen cards from the Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Rene. They really are amazing cards. In the middle here is my tarot for the day, and it's a new deck I'm using, which is Tarot of the Magical Forest. And you may recognize this card on the end because it is one that I have used quite a few times, and it is a card from the I Am Power Affirmation Oracle deck. So those are our cards that I have chosen. I have not peeped. I have not looked at them as yet. I don't know what the message is. And if pile 1 and 2 is anything to go by, it's certainly going to be interesting today. Let's get straight into it and start with our tea leaf cards. I can never pick them up. All right. So the cards that we have here today, I'm just trying to get them so that you can see, is the Mule and the Tree. So the Mule says someone is extremely stubborn. Just want to see if it will let you see. And unwilling to change. So somebody is being a right royal mule in your life at the moment, and we haven't determined yet if it's you or if it's somebody else. We'll get clarification from the rest of the cards. So we're going to leave the Mule there. And the other one we have is the Tree. And the message says, affairs with your family. So somebody in your family is being the Mule and being stubborn and unwilling to move and unwilling to change. And the fact that we have affairs with the family with the Tree coming through, maybe it's somebody in the family who is creating the situation. So let's go straight into the tarot to see clarity and understanding. So I've got 2 cards for us today from the Magical Forest Tarot, and let's have a look and see what we have. Okay, so the 2 cards that we have is the 2 of Pentacles. Look at the cute little fox and how he's trying to balance and navigate on the waters. Isn't he just the cutest? And then I need to see, oh, it's the High Priestess. How fabulous. Just to show you there. And then we have the wise old owl doing all the things that she needs to do, right? So now let's see how this all ties in. So remembering we've got the Mule, we've got somebody being stubborn and somebody who is unwilling to change and unwilling to adapt, grow, learn, etc. And we've got affairs with the family. So the 2 of Pentacles, just looking at that card, the 2 of Pentacles is generally talking about balancing of finances. The 2 of Pentacles, that's why he's got his 2 discs. Again, let me bring it up that you can see. You can see he's got his 2 discs. You can see the infinity symbol around it. And basically what he's doing is he's trying to balance the finances as best he can. So, and the High Priestess, oh, she is just so beautiful. The High Priestess, you know, she's the wise owl. She's got the crescent moon at her feet. She's all-knowing. She's all-encompassing. She's got the book of life with her. She's got the pillars of duality. She's got the pomegranates of fertility and life and all of those kind of things. So the High Priestess is about intuition. It's about inner knowing. It's about inner strength and conviction. So clearly, the situation that you are facing at the moment, and we'll have a look at the affirmation card just now. But for those of you who chose pile number 3, there is somebody in your family. There is somebody in your family who is being stubborn, who is causing challenge, conflict, who's not wanting to come to the party and participate. All you're trying to do is to find balance. All you're trying to do is to make everybody happy, to find balance in the situation, and to just bring some kind of level of normal, okay? You are finding it incredibly difficult and incredibly challenging, but the High Priestess is saying that that's who you are. You have such inner strength. You have such inner conviction. You have such inner knowing, and you need to draw on that, okay? Instead of trying to do stuff all the time, instead of trying to bring about the balance, instead of trying to achieve and to do and to be that for everybody in your family who is being stubborn, just let them be, okay? Allow the situation to evolve, change, and adapt the way it needs to. Trust in the process, because I think that's what the High Priestess is telling you here. Trust in the process. You know, some people are just always going to be mules, aren't they? Some people, they just born mules and they will die mules. There's nothing that we can do about it. Yes, we all have moments of stubborn. Yes, we all have moments where we don't want to change and we dig our heels in and we say, right, that's it, we're not going anymore. But family is family. And that's the beauty of family, is that we can be irritated, we can be frustrated, we can be all of those things, but actually at the end of the day, family is family, and we love our family. We don't always like our family, but we certainly love our family. So let them be the mule, okay? Stop trying to bring balance. Stop trying to be the one that balances everything, everybody, all the time, because it's exhausting. Just trust that everything's going to be okay. Trust that they're going to have, do, and be whoever they need to be. The universe will take care of them. Let your intuition be your guide, and just let them be, do, and feel whatever they need to, and know that it's going to be okay. Once you recognize them for being just the mule, it actually makes it a little bit easier to turn your back on them and to just let them be. Okay, but you will never turn your back on them, even though I just said those words, because family is family, and family are clearly very important to you. All right, let's have a look at your affirmation card and see what it says. Oh, I like that. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I am open. I really like that. I am open. So I like that. We if we incorporate that into the message, it actually makes so much sense. So you are open. You don't have to, you have to be okay with the situation. You have to be okay with whatever it is that is transpiring, with whoever is being the mule. So things don't always have to be balanced. Things don't always have to be even Stevens. Let your intuition guide you. You are open. You are open to just letting things unfold the way they need to. Wow, I like that. That's actually a lovely message. So, for those of you who chose pile number 3, I do hope you got something significant from that message. I do hope that there was something there that helps you, guides you, and inspires you on your journey. And as always, please comment and let me know if you do resonate with it and if it does speak your language. I love to hear from you as always. And I'll see you again next week for some more Pick a Card. With love and blessings. Take care.